Oh, you know what, Lee? I got to get my phone out of there because I think that comes up with Margaritaville. Yeah, it's in the middle pocket. Do you see it? No, just keep playing this thing. Sorry. Happy Tuesday, everyone, and welcome into Shop Social TV. I'm your host, Lou Caputo, and I'm going to be here with you for the next 2 hours from 8 p.m. Eastern Time to 10 p.m. Guys, we got an exciting show tonight. We have got a ton of new product that we're going to show you. We're going to start with something that's been very popular, but then we're going to move into some uncharted territory, so that's going to be very exciting tonight. If you're somebody who's brand new to our show, you've never seen us before, welcome into Shop Social TV. You might have guessed we're a TV shopping channel. We sell products here on TV. Now, we call ourselves Shop Social because of the social component of our show, which is the fact that we are simulcasting on Facebook at the same time. And we have a chat going right now. I can already see Kathy's in the chat. Happy Tuesday night, Kathy. And you know, if you get on Facebook and you search for Shop Social TV, you'll find us there, and you can ask me questions, you can talk to each other. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so let's move into our first product tonight, and then I'll explain to you how you order from us as well. Okay, the first thing we're going to sell tonight is a dash cam. This dash cam has been crazy popular with our customers here at Shop Social TV. I'm just going to move all this stuff out of the way so you can get this unadulterated view of what that looks like. So this is a high definition dash cam, 1080p on this one, 1080 progressive is what they call it. It is absolutely beautiful, the picture that comes from this. And we're going to play some video for you in a little while so you can see that. But before we do that, I want you all just to take a look at this and just see some of the really neat features. First of all, on this, oh, Laura's in here already. Laura, say hi to Ed for me. Good evening. She said hi to Kelly and I. Kelly's my wife, by the way, and the director of the show, all at the same time. Now, when you look at this, it kind of looks like a retro old-fashioned camera, and there's a reason for that. It's got a big lens on this, lets in a lot of light, and you're going to see how beautiful that image looks. When you buy this, you're going to receive the suction cup mount that goes on your windshield. Of course, you get the camera itself. You get the power cord, which you can actually plug into your, we used to call it a cigarette lighter, but it's the power port in the car, and it's a very long one, so you can actually hide that wire if you want to. That's about a 12-foot cord right there. What's unusual about this one is you also get a backup camera that you can mount on the outside of your car on the back. You actually run it through the trunk. Now, a lot of people out there at this price, $64.99. By the way, that is the best price for a high definition dash cam that I've seen in a long time. If you already have a backup camera in your car, don't even worry about the backup camera. It is worth the price of admission just to get the main camera that comes with this, okay? Now let me show you the back of this real quick, because the back of this actually has, it's easier if I do it this way. There we go. It has a 4-inch screen on the back of this. You know what? I'm just going to turn this whole thing around this way. There we go. Much better. So it has a 4-inch screen on the back of it. Now, a lot of cell phones that are out there right now, especially the big expensive ones, those phones have maybe a 6.5-inch screen. So you're getting darn close to that territory. And those kind of phones usually cost over $1,000. But you don't have to pay that for this because guess what? Dash cam. All right. Now, this does all the things you want a dash cam to do. It has infrared vision on it, so you can see it at night. Okay, you don't have to have lights on. It'll actually pick up images out there at night while you're driving around. If you get into an accident, God forbid, it will lock that video so that you're not going to lose it. And take a look at this video, speaking of, because this is absolutely gorgeous when you see this. Look at that. It is shot. I shot that myself driving around in my truck here in Florida, and you can see I'm getting on the highway right here. But I want you to notice something about this. This has two different features on it, which I think are just amazing. It has what they call wide dynamic range and high dynamic range. Now, what in the world does that mean? It means that you are going to be able to see, like for instance, in the clouds, you can see details in the bright areas as well as the dark areas. You can see details on the trees that are very dark and in the shadows. That's something that a cheap dash cam won't do. And why is that important? Because if somebody's got a license plate and the sun's not hitting it directly, you'll still be able to read that and you'll be able to show that to the police. And speaking of which, that's really the reason you want to get a dash cam. It's not to like have memories of your commute in the morning going to work. It's not about that. What it's about is when you get into an accident and somebody does the he said, you know, where they're like, you know what, it was their fault, they cut in front of me, and you have prima facie evidence. You've got proof on video. You didn't cut in front of them. You didn't run the red light. You didn't run that stop sign. You didn't do any of those things, okay? Because you've got it on video. So it's very, very hard for somebody to argue with that kind of proof, and that's why everybody out there now is getting dash cams. The problem, though, is I bought a dash cam, gosh, I don't know, 6-9 months ago, and I paid over $100 for it, and I promise you that it is very similar to this one at almost double the price. Which to me is just crazy to get all the features. And I haven't even gone through all the features. Remember when I said that if you get into an accident, it locks? It has what's called G-Shock. That's what that is, a G-Shock sensor. So that if it does feel a jarring moment happen, and that could even be like if you hit a really big pothole. Believe it or not, I hit a pothole one time and it actually blew out my tire because it was so big. It's going to lock that video for you. This does looping video, which means that if you put a memory card in here and it records all the way and fills up the entire card, it's going to go back to the beginning and start writing over the footage in the very beginning. So you're never really ever going to have to replace the card once you put one in it, okay? So that makes it really, really a great feature. This also has a parking feature on it, so that if you park in, like at the airport, or you park in the mall, or wherever it is where you're out, you know, shopping, maybe at night, your car's sitting in your driveway. If somebody tries to break into your car, the camera will record that. If somebody bumps into your car, if they back into your car, it's going to record that too. So this has got you covered 9 ways to Sunday, every which way you could. So if you want to get this, and this has been a very popular item here on Shop Social TV, and every time I think that we're not going to get any more, we manage to find some more of them and put them on the air, you got to call us, all right? Call us on our toll-free number, 888-247-8712, 888-247-8712. It is a free phone call. By the way, guess what else is free? Shipping. You don't pay for shipping here on Shop Social TV. So if you buy this now, tonight, you're going to get this sent to you for free. Now, I mean, you got to buy it, but you don't have to pay for shipping, which I think is a great feature. So let me show you how good this camera is, though, because this is live, right? I'm going to come down here so you can see me. Maybe a little too up close and personal, maybe closer than some of you would like at this time of the night. But guess what? Here I am. But you could see the detail in this. I mean, you can see the color of my eyes. You can see the color of my shirt. And look how accurate that is. Now, here's the funny part. The big part of this picture that you're looking at right now, that is a camera that cost, oh, I don't know, 100 times what this cost, Lee? Yeah, 100 times what this camera costs. And I think the image quality is pretty similar. So that makes me feel really, really special that I spent all that money. Now, the other thing I mentioned is this is an infrared, and I'll show you that in a second. Oh, before I do that, though, look right here. See all of these items, the script on the side here? This is how you get into the menu system and how you change things, because there's a lot of parameters on this that you could change when you're working with this camera. And what I mean by that is, like, for instance, you notice this one has been staying on this entire time. There's a setting in this where you can actually set it so that it turns itself off after 30 seconds, 1 minute while you're driving. So you're not distracted, you're not staring at it. Now, I'm going to show you how you get into the menus on this, okay? So I'm going to come around to the side here. If I press the menu button, boom, immediately that opens up the menus, and there are several screens to the menus on this, so there's a lot of things that you can adjust. But if you just press these buttons here, see how it moves up and down? So that's how I'm going to make my selections, and if I want to go into a specific category, I hit the OK button, which is also the power button in the middle there. By the way, the power button is there if for some reason you want to turn it off. It'll turn itself on and off with your car. So when you get out of the car, it turns off. When you start the car and start driving, it turns itself on, which is a great feature. To get rid of the menu, press the menu button again, and it'll go right back to the screen so you can see what's going on. Let's look at the side of this real quick, too. I want everybody to see that, because I want you to see how crazy, crazy thin this camera is. Now, here's the thing. The actual camera itself is thinner than my cell phone. So that is a very, very thin camera. And by the way, these silver things are the buttons that I was just pressing. They're tactile buttons. They're real buttons. So you're not like using a touch screen where you're getting your fingerprints all over it, which I just hate, okay? This is a much, much better way to do that. Look at how big the lens is, though. And that's why I say it looks like an old-fashioned camera. Because when you look at the size of the lens on this guy, all right, that's a good thing. Because you want that lens to be big and beefy. That means that it is a better quality lens, but also it's going to let in more light. So during the daytime, that's why when you're driving down the road like I am here, you can see everything, all the details. You can even look at the texture on the pavement. You can see that. A lot of times when you've got a bad dash cam, not, one that's not really worth its salt, guess what? You can't see stuff like that. It's just like a big blur going by. But this is capturing all the motion. You don't see any streaking happening. There's none of that going on here. You can read signs as you go by. I mean, everything is there so that if something, God forbid, happens to you, you've got that evidence. You've got that proof right there on your dash cam. Now, if you're looking at this going like, wow, that is an amazing price at $64.99, you are 100% correct about that, guys. What I say is call the toll-free number, 888-247-8712. We offer a 30-day money-back guarantee here at Shop Social TV, and we also take all of your credit cards. So give us a call, place your order. Now, the other thing you can do is you could go to shopsstv.com. That is our website. If you do that, you're going to see a lot of products there. This is the only dash cam we have right now, but you're going to see a lot of other products there. Feel free to look around, kick the tires, check it out, see if there's anything else that trips your trigger, tickles your fancy, as they say, and feel free to place an order there on the website. Now, there's a third way you can order from us, and that is that QR code that's in the lower right-hand side of your TV screen. Looks like a bunch of squiggles on the screen there, that thing, that guy right down there. What that really is, that QR code, it is a link that is going to take you directly to the website, the page for this very item, because they're all unique to each and every item. So to use that, take your cell phone out, open the camera app on your cell phone, point it at that screen. You might have to move closer to the TV, you might have to zoom in, doesn't matter. What it's going to happen is it's going to read that QR code and it's going to open up a web address on your screen. Tap it. Then it takes you right to the website. It is the easiest, fastest way. And guys, I'm going to tell you something. I'll be frank with everybody out there. We only have so many operators, okay? So sometimes we get busy. Sometimes the phone lines get jammed up. If that happens, what you need to do is use the QR code to go to the website, okay? Or you could leave a message too, because there is a machine that will take your information and then we can call you back. But I think the easiest way to do it is the QR code. But if you want to talk to somebody tonight, 888-247-8712 is the number here at Shop Social TV. Now, I'm going to grab my remotes, okay, real quick. And that's a suction cup mount there, by the way. What's nice about that is it's fully adjustable, so you don't need to worry about what you're driving. Big car, little car, don't matter, okay? It's going to work for everybody. I'm going to turn the lights down. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to aim this so that you guys can actually see me. There we go. Okay. Now, I'm going to bring the lights down in here. Let's see, which ones am I doing? This one. Did I do it? Yes. Okay, this, and this. Okay. Now, you can see me over here. And where's your camera? Where are you guys at? Sorry, I did that. That's my bad. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We lost focus. There it is. Okay. So you can see there's me right there. Which camera is that, Kelly? Camera 1. Okay, great. All right. There we go. Okay. That was my fault. Now, what's neat about this is that there's infrared sensors built into the camera. So what it's doing, though, is now I do have a TV behind me, but you can see my face. And the reason you can do that is because of that infrared light that's coming off of there. In fact, if I hold my hand up right there, you might even be able to see the beam coming off of it. I can't see it with my eyes because it is infrared, but that's going to allow you, if you're parked out someplace and it's dark in a parking lot and there's no lights whatsoever and people think they're going to break into your car, forget about it, because this thing is going to be able to see them very easily with the infrared lights on there. Okay, so just real quick, I wanted everybody to see that. I'm going to bring my lights back up. There we go. And there, again, see how fast it adjusted to the light? It's absolutely amazing how quickly this works. I'm going to turn this back around, or I'll just point it over this way. I'll get out of the way so you guys can see. I mean, look at the image, that quality of that there. And that's a big screen. You know, if you're like me and your eyes as you're getting older are getting a little worse and a little worse and a little worse, this is the camera for you, the dash cam for you. Now, you got anybody in your family that just started driving, and the young folk out there, they could really use something like this. And the reason for that is just because they're the ones that are probably going to run into issues on the road. I know I did when I first started driving, and this is just a really nice way for them to have proof, to be able to show, okay, I didn't hit that person, they hit me, you know, give them a little security, especially if they're, you know, when I was a kid and I was going to college and I was driving 3.5 hours to go to school, great for them to be able to take with them on the road to go where they're going. Just a really nice feature to have, okay? So we got a couple more minutes on this. Remember, it does come with the power cord. Oh, I didn't mention this as well. If you don't want to use this power cord that plugs into the power port in the car, any USB plug that fits into the camera, no matter what length, you can use that, because a lot of cars out there have USB plugs built into them. So you can actually run this in there. Hey, Charlene's in the chat. Good evening, she said to Lou and Kelly. All right, everybody's getting in here. By the way, I meant to tell Laura that I saw that Ed has an early shift tomorrow morning. Totally get it. I don't. Good for me, for a change. All right, we're going to move on now from our dash cam. If you're getting in on this one, guys, congratulations. But we've got some more great items to show you. The next one is brand spanking new. So I'm going to walk over there and show
it's going to help you get in and out of any vehicle, whether it's a full-size pickup truck or a tiny little car, because they all have this that closes the door right there. Okay, this is the latch that the door is going to close on. It's called a strike plate. Now, notice the car handle assist has what we call a beak on the end of it, and this is all metal. That fits in here, and it actually locks into place. There's a little cutout right there that puts this in there so that it locks in, all right, once it's in place. Now, this is the strongest point on the car right there. And that's why your car handle assist will hold up to 400 pounds. And I want you to notice it has a nice foam handle on it. You grip this, and then you can put your weight on this and use it to get out of the vehicle. Now, you can also use it to get in the vehicle, because some people have a tendency, if it's a smaller car, to just drop into it. All I'm going to do is just use that to push my body weight up there and help me get into the car, okay? And it's not just for people that are older, it's for anyone that's maybe had an injury recently, recovering from surgery, someone who's pregnant, many ways that you can use this. A couple other features on this I want to show you real quick, okay? The other thing about this is the beak that's on there is going to break the windows. God forbid you ever get into an accident, this is going to help you break that window. Then this part right here that has that little orange cap on there, if I pull that off of this, that's a seatbelt cutter right there. Now, this is recessed, so you're not going to cut yourself on it, but that will slice through your seatbelt to help you get out of the vehicle.
Okay.
So this is the car cane.
So, as you can see right there, that's the next product we're doing. I want to show everybody exactly how it works. This is our car assist. That's going to help you get in and out of your vehicle. This is a really neat product. Now, here's the cool thing about this. This is a 2-pack for $24.99, okay? It's your automotive grab handle. So I'm going to show you what this looks like, okay? Looks kind of like an animal with a beak on it. It's kind of funny. But what this actually is a device that fits into the striker plate on your door, and this is where your car door closes and it locks on this, okay? This is built into the pillar, the post on your car. 99% of the cars in the world have this. I don't care if it's a pickup truck, if it's a tiny car, they've all got this because the door latches close on these, okay? This is designed, and if you look at the way the beak on this looks, it's got a little notch right there. This is designed to fit in there just like that, and give you a handle so you can get in and out of the vehicle, all right? Oh, Laura says she has a strike plate. That is nice. That's, you know, like I said, 99% of the cars out there have these, and you're getting 2 of these for the price of $24.99. Now, this one will hold up to 400 pounds. And by the way, where that strike plate is mounted on your vehicle is one of the strongest points in the car, because if you think about it, God forbid your car ever turned over, right? That's got to support the weight of the entire vehicle. So that is a very strong place to mount this. Here's a couple other features on this as well. I was showing you that incredibly beautiful foam handle on here. Very soft, so it's not going to hurt your hands. And again, this will hold up to 400 pounds of weight when you put it in there. The beak on this, that's what we call this part here, is a solid piece of metal, okay? It comes to a point. The reason it comes to a point is so it can break windows. So if you do get into an accident and you're trapped in your vehicle, you can take this and you can hit that window. It's going to shatter it because it's tempered glass, so you're not going to get cut. It's just going to shatter, and it's going to let you out of the vehicle. Here's the other thing. if you're sitting in your car and you're trapped and you can't get out, you break the window, but what if you can't release your seatbelt? Then what do you do? Well, this has a built-in seatbelt cutter right there, that little notch. And notice, I cannot touch that and cut my fingers on that. Because trust me, I'm the guy that would if I could. I cannot touch that and cut my fingers, okay? So that's a great feature. All you do is slice through the seatbelt with that. So this has got you covered for day-to-day use, getting in and out of your vehicle, or if you get into an accident, it's going to give you the support that you need. Now, you're getting a 2-pack of these, so there's going to be 2 of these, one for the driver, one for the passenger. Maybe you want to put one in every vehicle that you have. This is a very small, compact unit. I keep one on the side, in the cubby on the side of my vehicle. When I have an aunt that passed a few years ago, but when she was alive, we used one of these all the time to get her in and out of the vehicle because she was living in an ALF. And it was just one of those things where I needed help to get her in and out. This is the thing that actually helped get her in and out of the vehicle. You know, if you're somebody who's getting on in years and you're sitting at home right now and you're watching us and you're like, man, sometimes I don't go out because it's just too painful to get in my car or get out of my car. This is going to give you back your independence. This is going to give you back your freedom and let you get in and out of the vehicle. You know, and if it's you and your husband or you and your wife and you're getting on in years, this is a great thing to have, one on either side of the car to help you get out of the car, but also get in the car, because there's a lot of people out. I just had this conversation with my mom. Her lease is coming up on her car and she's going to be getting a new one, and we were talking about the different types of cars, and she was like, I can't have anything low to the ground because, you know, basically if it's too low, it's hard for her to get in. She kind of falls into the car, and when she gets out of it, it's even harder. But with the car cane, that becomes something that's a little bit more doable, where you can get in, you can get out of it, okay? When you've got your automotive assist grab handle, as you see right here, it just makes it a lot easier to get in and out. Now, if you're saying like, Lou, I'm going to rotate this a little bit so everybody can see. See, that's the strike plate right there that's built into your vehicle. That's where your door, when it's closed, latches, okay? So the car cane, the automotive grab handle is made to fit right in there to lock into place. And look at that. That's in there nice and firm and secure. You can even see the notch that's in here. When it hits that, it just wraps around there and it just stays in there. And this will hold up to 400 pounds. I want you to think about that. So if you're thinking like, oh, there's no way that's going to support me, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. This is going to support pretty much anybody out there. I love the fact that this handle is so big and foamy, and that's why I chose this one. Also the fact that we could, you know, here at Shop Social TV, we're all about giving you great deals. We could give you this for $24.99 with free shipping, and not one, but 2. You're getting 2 of these. They come in the box, so if you wanted to give these as a gift, you could do that as well. Absolutely. But it's not just for people that are getting older. It's not just for someone who's elderly. If you've got bad knees, bad hips, a bad back, and it's just hard for you to get in and out of the vehicle, this is awesome for you. You know, if you're a small person getting into a tall truck, or a tall person getting into a small car, for those as well, those are really, really awesome for you to be able to get in that freedom, to get in and out of your vehicle anytime that you want. You know who loves these? And this is such a funny thing. I used to sell an item very much like this a couple years ago. People that are with child, pregnant women, absolutely love these because, you know, once you get that baby and you're getting toward the end, boy, it's hard to do anything that involves getting up or getting down. This handle is going to help you get in and out of your vehicle. This is interesting. So I'm going to read the chat to everybody out there for a second, because remember, we are simulcasting on Facebook at the same time. Laura was saying about how, you know, she used this years ago when she was having an issue, and it was helping her get in and out of the vehicle. Now, Charlene is talking about part of the reason she bought her new car, a Kia Soul, is because it's so easy to get in and out of. And that's a concern for a lot of people out there. But remember, not just getting in and out of the vehicle, okay? This is also, if you get into an accident, it will break the glass to let you out. It will cut that seatbelt, and it's only $24.99. Now, let me just ask you a question. You know, how much should your independence cost? How much should your freedom cost? You know, because I remember when my grandmother, we were talking about her before the show, I remember when she was still alive, and we would go out sometimes, and Grandma wouldn't want to come. And we were like, Grandma, why don't you want to come? And it was because it was so hard for her to get about, to get in the vehicles, to get out of the vehicles. And she didn't want to be a burden on anybody. And actually, I found out later that she also stopped going out shopping and going to the stores and stuff. Something like this, we didn't have these back then. This would have been amazing for her. So if you've got friends, you know, that live in your, if you live in an ALF or if you're living right now, in a condo or something like that, and you've got friends of yours that are getting on in years, maybe get this for them, for your parents. This is a great gift. I gave it to my parents years ago. I gave them something similar to this years ago that I didn't actually think it was as nice as this one, to be honest with you. Because when you look at this guy, I mean, right away you could see this is the foam on this thing is just unbelievable. I mean, it is just really, really cushy in the hands. Then you've got that beak on the end there. You hit that on a window. You don't even have to hit it hard. Just a little tap like that, because it comes to a point, all the force goes right to that tip. It will shatter the glass, and then you've got that seatbelt cutter, so you just zip right through your seatbelt. It's like a hot knife through butter. But the price is the big deal with this too, because I was out looking at these when I was shopping around, and I was like, I always like to say I curate the product here. I really do. I go out and I look at everything that we sell. And when I was looking at these car handles to get you in and out of the car, some of them, they were like really expensive. Like for one, it was $24.99 or $30 or $36. And I was like, oh my gosh. And they didn't have Okay, and we're back. Sorry about that, guys. We had a little situation here in the studio where we kind of lost power for a second there, but we're back now. Oh boy. Ooh, what did Kathy say? Every week there's something wrong. With what, Kathy? I'm curious. Anyway. Oh, Facebook. Yes. You know what's funny? I go back and I look at the simulcast of the show on Facebook, and there's never anything wrong with the simulcast of it. So yeah, I think Facebook is, I'm going to call shenanigans on that, on them, not you. Okay, so welcome back in, guys. Sorry about that. We actually lost power. We had a little blackout here at the studio for a couple minutes, but we're back here live on Shop Social TV. I'm still Lou Caputo, and we're still selling the multifunction automotive grab handle right here. That is a mouthful, isn't it? We're going to have to come up with a better name for that. So let's get back to this one real quick. It's $24.99 for this, and you do get a set of 2 of these, okay? Which is why when I ordered mine, I got 2 of them. So you get a set of 2 of these for that price of $24.99. Charlene goes in just like that, you're back. You know, it's the magic of live television. You never know what's going to happen. It's always exciting. Okay, so we're going to move on to our next item because, you know, we spent like 4 minutes in black here when everything blew up on us. But again, $24.99, set of 2. It's going to help you get out of the car, break the windows, cut the seatbelts, and it gives you that 400-pound weight capacity to lift you in and out of the car. This literally is the handle every car out there should have come with. Okay. All right, let's move on. We're going to go on to our next item here. And oh, this is the rascal right here that actually caused the problems that we were having. And this is a solar powered fountain. Now you're saying, like, how could something like that cause a problem? The reason was that because we had to use a special light because it needs sunlight to run. And that's the cool thing about this, to be honest with you, is that it uses the power of the sun to run, which is kind of amazing. Yeah, that's weird. And just like that, look what happened in that video. That was weird. You know, it's the Gremlins. The Gremlins are happening tonight. So all you've got to do, I know what happened too. It's because all the computers went all at the same time there. So, you know, this is what happens with live TV. So this is the fountain right here. And all you've got to do is drop this into any water that you've got on your property. It has to be outdoors because, quite honestly, guys, it has to have sun to activate this, okay? It doesn't have batteries in it. Literally, when the light from the sun hits this, and like the lights in our studio, even though they're bright, it has to be a very specific temperature. That's what makes this run, okay? So all you've got to do is drop this in the water, and it's going to become this beautiful fountain. Take a look at this video real quick. Take a look at this video really quick, like now. No, okay, we're not going to look at the video. All right, because the reason I'm saying that is because I want everybody to see it in case something happens to it again. Okay, watch this. So you drop it in the water. It could go in your pool. It could be a bird bath. It could be a pond. It could be anything you want to put it in there. It's going to float around through the water, and it gives you an automatic fountain without something you've got to pay a plumber for, without something where you've got to actually have somebody come in and do that. Oh, Kathy just said she used to have 2 of them in her pool. These things are awesome. You know, for $24.99 to get this. Now, here's the other thing about it. It comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different tips that you can put on that, and they all do different patterns of water, okay? And they're very, very simple to, let me just show everybody this. It's very, very simple. These just pop off, and these are all the tips here on the table in front of me, okay? And I'm going to show you. There's all these different patterns that you've got on these, okay? Really, really simple. This one here, it looks like a little nothing. This thing will shoot way up in the air. It is actually kind of amazing, okay? So to have all these different tips, to be able to get all these different patterns for only $29.95, I think is just an amazing, amazing deal. Now, the other thing about this too, and you can see right there, all different patterns on this. This is a great way to add a little bit of fun to, you know, if it's going to be a bird bath that you got outside, if it's going to be your pool, if it's going to be a pond, you know, whatever that piece of water is that you got out there. We actually had one sitting here in our studio, and it was floating in a big flower pot. And it was beautiful in that too, you know, really, really cool. As long as there's sunlight, it's going to run. So basically, you never have to tell it to turn on or turn off. First thing in the morning, when that sun gets strong enough, this thing is going to start going, and it's going to give you this really cool looking fountain. I've gone to pool supply stores, And I've seen some like this that they charge an arm and a leg for. And I always wondered why. Why are they so expensive? This thing works incredibly well, especially on a bright sunny day when it's getting all the power that it needs. Man, it just goes way up there. And it's going to shoot 2 to 3 feet up in the air. So if you think about that, it's very small, as you can see right here. It's about 5 inches across, okay? And here's what the bottom of it looks like. And really at the bottom of it, it's a motor like you would have in a fountain out in front of your house. Yeah, and Kathy just said this is an excellent price. And she knows because she's owned 2 of these before. And by the way, I'm not talking to myself here. Kathy is actually on Facebook watching our show there, the simulcast of our show. But you could see right there, when you drop this in the water, that right away, that much of it is going to be underwater. This part floats, and it's going to just be floating around, letting the sun move it around in the pool. But it's going to, not the sun, the wind. The sun makes it run. It gives it the power. And also, look at the solar panel that's on top of this here. I'm trying to catch the light. There it is. Look at the size of the solar panel. The entire thing all the way around is one giant solar panel. And that's where it gets the power to actually run. Just by the sunlight hitting that panel. It turns it on, it makes it run. Let's take a look at the video again. I want you guys to see. Watch this. She drops it in the water, and look at that. It turns on automatically. And now there are, as I mentioned, 7 different tips that you can put in there, and each one is a different pattern. One of them is just a straight up like fountain, like a traditional kind of fountain. They've got different patterns that go out to the side. They look like flowers. They do all kinds of different things. It is very interesting to see. Now, it's $29.95 here at Shop Social TV. Free shipping and handling on this. So you don't have to worry about, oh gosh, it's going to be $29.95, another $8.50 for shipping. No, that's not going to happen here. All right, that is the price you're going to pay. What you need to do is give us a call at 888-247-8712. 888-247-8712. Place your order right now for one of these. Because I understand, listen, I know it's, we're in September. I remember last year, honestly, it was warm clear to the end of November. So you could put this out there now, enjoy it for the next 2-3 months, put it away for the winter. Actually, it'll work in the winter as long as the water's not freezing. As long as there's sun, it'll work anytime. You don't want to leave it out if it's freezing. But then in the spring, it's going to be there, and you can put it in your backyard. You can take it with you when you go on a trip. I mean, that's just awesome there. What's Charlene saying? Pool season has been over for a while here in Massachusetts. Really? It's funny. I didn't go as far north. I don't go as far north right now as Massachusetts. I go to Pennsylvania like every other week at this point in my life. And it's still warm up there, I'm telling you. But the solar power on this is really what makes the difference, because you don't have to hire an electrician. You don't have to get a plumber. This is all one self-contained unit, as you see it sitting right here, okay? And this is the kind of thing kids absolutely love these. If you're a grandparent or an aunt or an uncle or something like that, I'm telling you right now, you get one of these, you throw this into your pool, and my gosh, the kids are absolutely going to love. Look at the pattern that this throws up in the air. Look how high that goes. And it's, the sunlight is driving that. That's all that is. And that's what makes this so convenient, is the fact that you can throw it in a pool. If you got a little pond or a koi pond or something like that on your property, put it in there. Bird baths are amazing with these. And the funny thing is, it's very gentle. The water does come up and it does go high, but it's gentle when it comes down. It's almost like a little shower. The birds love it. I mean, it's just fun for them as well. So this is a great item to pick up at $29.95. You can't beat the price on this, and you can see right there how wide that is. Most of this is underwater, okay? This thing, the solar panel sitting right at the surface of the water. The rest of this is floating in there. And then really all you're seeing is sticking up is right here, the nozzle. And these tips literally just come right off, just like this. You just pop this off of here, off this piece, and then you can choose a different tip and put it on there, okay? Now, if I'm not going to use one of these round tips, these big wide round ones, if I want to use one of these other ones like this little guy, it just fits right on there like that. And this one, you can tell, that's just one opening. That's going to shoot way up in the air. We're talking 5-6 feet in the air. That is really, really cool. Then this guy over here, same concept, fits on there, but it gives you a little bit more of a spread, more of a fan pattern coming from this guy here. But you've got all different kinds. But remember, if you're going to use the big round discs that fit on here, and you have lots to choose from, look at that. That just clicks right into place. And the water pressure will not blow that off. okay? So you can put this in there, not have to worry, oh, I just put a new tip on there, it's gonna go shooting across, you know, the room. Not gonna happen, okay? This is very, very, you know, robust. When you throw it in the water there, it's gonna last you for a long time. And again, power of the sun. No plumbers, no electricians. You decide where you want it, when you want it, and you can see all the different tips that come with that. I love the fact that they show it in the koi pond and they show it in the bird bath. I just think that's so cool. And it's a neat way to just kind of jazz up the back of your house a little bit, okay? Now watch this again as she puts this in the pool. And for a lot of us, you know, for half the country, or a good portion of it anyway, I mean, it's warm all the way. You know, well, I mean, here it's like warm all the way up until February, to be honest with you, down here in Florida. It's kind of amazing. You know, but that's why people come down here and they vacation here, because the weather is that good. But you could just see how, you know, like here we could throw this in the pool any time of the year that we want to. And you know, it's funny because I've seen these before, but they've always been cost prohibitive, okay? Too much money, all right? I'm not about that, you know, I want the deal. This is the deal right here. $29.95 for this. Free shipping and handling. Just give us a call at 888-247-8712. 888-247-8712. Somebody will answer that phone. They will take your order. We'll get this shipped out to you right away, okay? Or go to our website, shopsstv.com. If you've seen anything tonight that has kind of tripped your trigger, that you looked at and you're like, oh, no, that's kind of interesting, you know, it's all there on the website and more. Lots of things that we have not even shown you yet at this point. Or use that QR code. I keep talking about that thing, but there it is down there on the screen. You point your phone at that, open up the camera app, and it's going to read that and give you a website to go to. And you just click on it, and it's going to take you to the web page for this very item. So you're not going to have to go, you know, go through a bunch of stuff. You're going to see this very item right there. And then, of course, you got all your discs right here that fit on there. And as I mentioned, you're getting 5 discs when you buy this, and then you've got these 2 other little tips that fit on the end of this, and they really push the water up high in the air. They really do. With these guys here, you can count on, you can count on 2 to 3 feet easy coming out of these guys. And a nice spread, depending on which one you use. Some of them are going to be a narrower pattern. Some of them are going to be a wider pattern. It's just fun to play with them. Change them out when you want to. Let the kids do it. This is safe for everybody to use. It doesn't get hot. It's not dangerous. I mean, you just drop this in the water and you're good to go. It's that simple to do. So we got just a few minutes left in this hour of our show. Remember, we're here till 10 o'clock Eastern time. So we got another hour and 20 minutes roughly to go here. We got plenty of new items to show you. This was new. That the car handle was new that I showed you, the assist to get you in and out of the car. I love this one. I saw this and I was like, I have to get this for people. I think everybody needs to see this because this is just fun. It's like fun. Just to put that in the pool, in your pond, your koi pond, your bird bath, I mean, wherever it is. Even if you just took, we had a big flower pot that we were using. If you just have one of those big flower pots and maybe you don't have that green thumb and you're like, what am I going to do with this thing? Fill it with water, toss this in it, got an instant fountain. Even if it's on a balcony or porch or a deck or something like that, you can 100% use this. And that's the beauty of this, is that you can change your mind because this doesn't require any wiring. It doesn't require any plumbing. It literally is a self-contained fountain wherever you want to put this, okay? And it's only $29.95, which I think is a really great deal. So it does come with, it says 4 nozzles right there, but guys, honestly, it's 7. There are 7 nozzles with this, okay? There's 5 of these round discs, and then there's 2 that go tips that go on the end of it to give you those like really extreme patterns where it shoots a lot of water out there. And the whole thing just, I mean, it comes in a box, all of it in a flat little brown box is going to come to you. So it's not like something that's big. Actually, ours was in our mailbox, believe it or not. It came in the mailbox, which was kind of cool. The mailman dropped it off. $29.95 free shipping on this. I mean, how many times can somebody say that to you? Yeah, you can pay this and there's nothing else. $29.95 and nothing else. So give us a call at 888-247-8712 or go to the website, as I mentioned earlier, shopsstv.com, and see everything that we have to offer here. Remember, we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. We take your credit cards when either on the phone or even on the website. However you want to do it. Makes it very, very simple and convenient to shop with us here. Okay, so we're going to spend just a few more seconds on this, and then we're going to move on to our next item, which is this is a good one. This is a brand new one. I'm actually kind of excited about this because this is one that I saw and I thought, you know what? There's a lot of people out there that watch our show that could definitely use this. In fact, you want to just move on now, Kelly? Move on to our next item? Oh, okay, so check this out. Before we do that, here's what's coming up at 9 o'clock hour. Now, we had one of these about a month ago, all right? This is a slightly different variation. It is a solar charging bank, a solar charging power bank. This one is the biggest one we've offered so far at 2,700 milliamp hours, okay? To give you a comparison about that, my cell phone, which is one of the biggest cell phones you can get, has one of the biggest batteries, is only 5,000. So I could literally charge my cell phone 5 times off of this. And what's neat about this one, you're going to notice it's solar charging. It has a built-in flashlight. And see the cords that are in the bottom of that? It has cords built in so that you can charge your Android devices, your Apple devices. It even has a lightning cable, which is kind of exclusive to Apple. So stay tuned for that. That's coming in a little bit. Now, I'm excited about this. This is our foldable 32-inch grabber reaching tool. This is a 2-pack for $39.99. Now, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, this is what it looks like right here. It has a little trigger on the end of it. It has a rubber handle down here. It's cushioned. You squeeze the trigger, and it opens and closes just like that, okay? Now, if that's all it did for reaching high, for reaching low, all those places, that would be pretty awesome. Right here, that little silver tip, that's a magnet. So you can pick up metal objects that you may have dropped on the floor, nuts, bolts, your keys, anything like that. Oh, wait, that's not enough? How about this? Check this out. There's a built-in light on the end of this too. So if I'm going underneath the bed, if I'm reaching up high into a dark closet, I can see what I'm grabbing when I reach for it with this, okay? And this is 32 inches long. So you've got a nice long reach on here, as you can see. Here's the other cool thing about this. Let's say that you wanted to bring it with you. Maybe you're traveling and you're like, you get attached to it and you're like, you know what, I don't want to leave this at home. You can actually pull the pieces apart and it breaks down just like that. It's really, really simple to fold this in half and then just put it back together again if you want to. But let me show you how it works, okay? So here's what we're going to do. First of all, we're going to go up to the cans that are on the shelf up there. I'm going to turn my light on, and I want you to see something really cool about this. Watch the way I can go up there. So you can see the light that's hitting that, but watch this. I can grab this can, pick it up, and bring it down to me just like that. So no more getting on stools, no more stepping up on rickety chairs. There's none of that. You can reach up and anything that you want, you can grab. And by the way, these are full cans of soup. These guys are not light, okay? These are full. You can hear the sound there. What about bottles? Maybe you're like, oh, I want to grab this water bottle. Look at the way I can grab that. See how it kind of like, deflects it a little bit? Look at the way I can pull that down and put this here. What's that? You don't think I can get that box? Watch this. I'm going to come down here, grab it from the sides, and yeah, the kids want the oatmeal. Here, let me grab that oatmeal from 8 feet up in the air. You can see how easy that is to do. How about this? Let's take a look at the table down here, because I've got some objects on here that I want to pick. By the way, you're getting 2 of these. This is a 2-pack for $39.99 with free shipping. Just so you know, this is a 2-pack that you're going to be getting right now, which I think is just an amazing deal, okay? But check this out. So we've got some objects on the table over here, and I want you to see, watch this. So here's a set of keys right here. Maybe your back hurts or you can't bend anymore. Watch this. I can go down here and pick up a full set of keys. Oh, I got my light on too. I can pick up a full set of keys just like that and grab it. I didn't have to bend down to go pick that up. What about this? Nuts and bolts. Maybe you're in the workshop there and you're like, oh gosh, I dropped that giant washer. Oh, I dropped that bolt on the ground there. Look at that. And that's a big bolt too. That's not a little one. Look at the way I could pick that stuff up. That's the cool thing about this. And it's not just for objects that are high up. It's for things that are down low. So instead of me having, not just up, I can reach the ground. Now I'm 6 foot tall. Even at 6 feet, I can take this and I can touch the ground. I'm literally touching the flat on the ground with this without bending over, okay? Which makes that a wonderful feature. I love the fact that it's got that built-in flashlight, because I can't tell you how many times I've dropped something. There's just a little switch down here. The battery is replaceable in this, but just look at that. And that's a bright LED that's on here. And all you do is squeeze that trigger and it grabs things. Now, just a couple things I want to point out. This part right here is all rubberized, okay? It is rubberized and textured on the end so that when you pick something up, these grip onto it. It's not like it's going to just slide through and hit the floor. It's going to grip onto it with those, okay? The magnet, which is down here, and you can see that right there, That is a powerful magnet. I mean, look at the way it just grabbed onto that bolt right there, okay? So if you do drop metal objects, and maybe they're too small, like this nut, I could probably pick up that nut, but this little tiny screw, that would be really, really hard. Let me put that out there. That would be really hard for me to pick up with this, but when you got the magnet on the end, look at that. It just jumped right on there. I didn't even have to touch it, okay? So this makes it really, really simple. And you got two of them. So maybe it's one for downstairs. Maybe it's one for upstairs, you know. Maybe it's that time where you're like, oh, I got to put the soup back up on the shelf. Just pick it up with this. And all I'm doing is I'm just squeezing the trigger on this to get that up there. Really, really simple to do. Let me do another can, all right? Just pick that up. Ooh, that's a good-looking can of soup, too. And I mean that because it's Thai style. I would love that. All right. Here's a bottle of water. I mean, look, and now that's a full bottle of water. That's got some weight to it, okay? So this is very strong. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were on the other shot. There we go. Whoa, whoa. Ah, you guys missed that. I caught that. Never hit the floor. Hang on. That was my bad because I only put it halfway up on the shelf. There we go. Look at that. How easy that is to do. I could even steady it. And then again, there's that box that's on here, that box of oatmeal. Look at that. Big square box like that. Put it back up on the shelf. That's the deal, guys, right there. Because you know, at a certain point in your life, you get to that stage where you're like, you know what? I shouldn't be getting on ladders anymore. I shouldn't be getting on step stools anymore. I shouldn't be getting on chairs. So many people do that. They get on chairs, and that is just flat out dangerous. You shouldn't be doing that. Remember what I said, too. You can break these down, and they fold in half, just like that. It's 32 inches long when it's fully assembled, but you can break this down if you want to travel with this. You know, maybe you're going to go stay with your son or daughter or somebody like that. And you're going away on vacation, you know, because honestly, there are people out there that have bad backs. They can't bend. You know, it's not even a question of I'm getting older. It's a question of I just can't bend because I hurt my back, you know, or I've got an injury. Maybe you were in a car accident or something. That's what I'm talking about. And again, got the built-in light on this right here. Boom, just like that. You can see how bright that is on there. Very bright light. And then if I want to grab stuff, I get up there, it lights it up, I pick it up just like this, and I bring it down. Could not be any easier. Look at that. Oh, Charlene's just saying right now that she wound up with two grabbers. What do you? The front part changes the weight. Oh, that's right. Thanks, Lee. Oh, Lee just reminded me about something. You can change. Okay, you can change the angle on this too. Thanks, Lee. I forgot about that. Okay, so I want to show you something cool about this. So notice the orientation of the handle to the head. Okay, handle. And there's the head of it. But notice how, like, I'm squeezing it and it's sideways. You can angle this to a variety of different positions. So like right here, it's flat, just as I had it before. You can see it's flat to the head, but I can also take this out and change the angle. So now it's sideways. So depending on what I'm trying to pick up, maybe it's something like a tube, you know, a long tube or something. I can reach down and pick that up like this, or if I want to do it the other way, I can angle that and do it that way too. Regardless of which way you do it, you've always got that flashlight built in there as well on this. $39.99, guys, and it's not just for one, it's for two of them. And thank you, Kathy. Kathy just said that, you know, she keeps telling herself to stay off of ladders. I'm telling you, I'm kind of getting to the point in my life right now where I'm starting to think twice about that most of the time. I'm like, do I really want to go up on that ladder? You know, is that really the best idea? Because you know how that is, guys. You get, you know, when you get older and you get one of those injuries, that's it. It's not a good thing. So again, this is very, very strong. You can see the way first of all, you can see, let me get that off there. You can see the flashlight on there. And look at that. That's a nice bright light that's on there. And then it's strong because I can grip this just by squeezing that trigger and bring this down nice and comfortably and put that down. Now, I keep going for stuff that's up high. It's also for things down low. And again, I'm standing here and I'm touching the ground with that, okay? I am touching the ground with this. So if I did drop something on the floor, I can use the magnet to pick it up if it's metal. I can pick it up with this. And as Lee pointed out, you can adjust the head on this so I can turn that at a different angle if I want to. You've got the built-in flashlight, and you are getting a set of two of these. Remember that. You're getting a set of two of these when you buy these today, okay, for $39.99. Look at that. Here's that water. 99 or 95? 99. Look at that. There's that water they picked up before. That water wants to fall, but I'm not going to let it because I've got my gripper. And again, you go up, you just squeeze the trigger, bam, it grabs it and it brings it down. Couldn't be any easier. Not getting on a chair, not getting on a ladder. You know, that's the thing. Charlene just said, oh, wow, you can change the angle on those. You absolutely can. That's the cool thing about it. Thanks to Lee for reminding me. I'm telling you, my brain is fried tonight. I don't know what's going on. And look at this. And look at the way that box came down. I mean, it's so simple to do. And remember, with the magnet on the end of this, I can pick up a whole set. Ooh, Lee, look at that. It's picking it up by the very tip of the key that's on there. That's a good magnet. I mean, look at that. And then I can just boop, pull that right off of there, real simple. If you drop nuts and bolts on the floor, no bending down. Don't have to break your back. Don't have to ask somebody to come help you. Maybe you drop something under the bed. You got a 32-inch reach. That's almost 3 feet where you can get in there and you can see it because you got your light and you can grab it and pull it out. You know, that's the beauty of this. And the fact that you're getting 2 of these, I think is just so cool because you could leave one upstairs, leave one downstairs, leave one in the kitchen. I think a lot of people, this is something that is like a must-have for the kitchen. Watch this. By the way, Kathy just said hi to you, Lee. Kathy, Lee says hi back. I'm gonna put these back up there. What'd you say, Kelly? Okay. So I'm gonna put these back here. Let's put the water up there again. Another bottle of water. Look at that. And that's the beauty of it. If you've got a high pantry, if you've got a shelf, sometimes we have shelves in our kitchens that we just don't use. And the reason is because they're just too high for us. And it's just a real pain to have to go break out the stool or the chair. Or God forbid you step on it, you try to get up on a chair. This is the easy way to do it, where you just take these, you put them up there. Could not be any easier, but bam, look at that. And I put everything away in just a couple seconds. You know, or if you've got like one of those shelves in your kitchens, which a lot of people have, that are the kind where you put decorations and stuff up there. You know, those things are a nightmare. People purposely don't go up there sometimes just because they're too high for them to get up there and do anything. With this, it's really, really simple to get up there and, you know, grab whatever you need to. And again, notice all I'm doing is I'm squeezing the trigger on the end of this, and it makes that end open and close. And to what, you know, Kathy was talking about earlier, I can change the angle of the head, and it's still going to open and close. You know, so if I want to have it horizontal, like this one, and do my grabbing, or if I want to have it vertical, I can do that, because sometimes you're going to grab something that's long and thin. You're going to want to pick that up. That's a lot of fun to do with these. It's easy to do with these. Now, the other thing, too, is if you look at the inside of that right there, this is all soft rubber in here, and it is ribbed right there on both sides so that when you do grab something, it really holds onto it. And there's even a little excess rubber right here, so it gives you a really nice seal when you're picking things up out there. Again, you got that magnet on the end of this so that if you want, boom, you're gonna pick up something that's metal, that just sticks right on there like that. Very, very, very convenient. And then, of course, you've got your built-in flashlight there. So no more breaking your back, no more getting down on your hands and knees. And, you know, I don't know about you guys, but there are times when I'm down there and I'm like, am I going to be able to get up, or am I not going to be able to get up? You know what I mean? And that happens, you know. Maybe you're somebody out there that's hurt your back. Maybe you've got a knee injury, you know what I mean? And sometimes it's not about getting old. It's just about, you know, I've messed myself up. I've been out there overdoing things, you know. I've been out working in the lawn too much. This is the way to do it. It's easy, it's convenient, it's safe, you know. And if you got kids, oh, yeah, and if you drop something between your washer and dryer, if you drop something behind, let's say, your couch, this is a great way to pick things up there, too, to be able to reach behind something and grab it and pull it up. And you've got that light on the end of it, too. So, you know, you don't have to worry about trying to sit there with a flashlight in one hand and the grabber in the other. This one, a lot of grabbers don't have that. They're not adjustable. They're not collapsible. This is collapsible. It's adjustable. It's 32 inches long. It's got the magnet. It's got the soft rubber grip on there. The head on this can be adjusted, as I showed you. And it's 32 inches of reach. So I can go down, I can go up, I can go anywhere I need to. I can take things down, I can put things back. That is the beauty of this, my friends, is that it's very, very convenient, very, very simple, and very, very safe. And at the end of the day, that's the thing I want everybody to walk away with. It's very, very safe. I mean, I remember one time I saw my grandmother get up on a chair and I just about had a heart attack, okay? Because it's just crazy to do that. No good reason why you should want to do that, or why you should need to do that, okay? This is the safe way to be able to get things up there. Charlene just said that it would be great if oh yeah, if you drop an earring behind the bureau, absolutely. And that's the cool thing about this. Depending on the type of metal, you might be able to pick it up with a magnet, or you could use those grippers on there, real simple. And it's nice because these close down. The tip on this gets really tight. Like you could see the end of this, it closes down really, really tight. So if there is something small on the ground that you're trying to pick up, that's not going to be a problem for these. And you're getting 2 of them. Remember that. I don't want you to look at that price and go like, oh, $39.99. That's a lot. I don't care if it does have a light. I don't care if it does have a magnet. You know, that's a lot of money for something like that. It's not, because you're getting 2 of them. All right. And that's the big deal. I wanted to see if that light was on, and it is. And you can see it there too. So That is not a lot of money. By the way, did I mention you're getting free shipping on these as well? Free shipping and handling on these. Just give us a call at 888-247-8712, 888-247-8712, and you'll be able to order yours, or go to the website, shopsstv.com, or use the QR code if you know how to do that. Very simple, very fast. You know, sometimes our phone lines get kind of jammed up here, and you guys can get in there and be the first to get whatever it is you're ordering. You don't have to wait in line. You just get in there and just get it. Look how easy this is. This is so much fun to do. Okay, so as I put down my oatmeal right here, we're going to move on. But before we do, I want you to look at something that we had before. It was very popular tonight, and this is our dual dash cam. This shoots in full high definition 1080p progressive. This is amazing. Oh, there we go. Our friend Beth is in the chat right now. She just said that she can share one with her very short mom. Your mom is short, Beth? Because you're tall. Isn't that something? Okay. All right. But this is a great dash cam, guys. 4-inch screen on this one. It's got all the things you want. Wide dynamic range, high dynamic range. It's got the G-Shock sensor. So if you get in an accident, it's going to lock that video. It's got looping video. It's got a parking mode. So even when you're not with the car, it's going to work as well. So take a look at that. If you don't have a dash cam, you really should. And if you got young people in your life, get a dash cam for them, because gosh knows they're going to need it at some point. Okay, so we're moving on right now. I am so excited about this item, okay? This is a pair of Bluetooth speakers and tiki torches all combined in one. They're from Margaritaville. You may have heard of it. All right, so these are branded merchandise that we're selling right now. These connect to your phone, your laptop, your tablet, your iPad, whatever it is, using Bluetooth, and you can listen to music. These have different color changing modes on them, and you get stereo sound. You can use them flat on a table like this. They are fully rechargeable with Bluetooth, with a USB charger. Or you get a stake with this as well, which I believe is 3 feet tall. So you're getting a nice big stake with that too, okay? Look at that, how cool that looks. And they do come with a spike that goes on the bottom so you can stake them in the ground. But I'm gonna show you a couple neat features about these. First off, I've already paired it to my phone. By the way, you get full color instructions with these on how to work them. If you've ever used a Bluetooth speaker before, guys, these are crazy, crazy simple. All right. So I'm playing some music right now, and you can hear the great sound. Okay, how's that sound, Kelly? So you can hear, we got great stereo sound coming off of these speakers. The right and left channels go to each one of these. They're paired together. Here's the neat thing about them too. I can change the colors of that light. Right now it's the rainbow pattern. In fact, I'm going to turn the lights off, Kel. Bringing my lights down just so you guys can see what these look like in the dark. Now notice right now we've got our rainbow pattern happening here, but I can change that to a regular fire pattern. So it looks like a regular real tiki torch right there. And remember, you can put them flat on a table or you can stake them in the ground. By the way, I'm only pressing a button on one of them and they're both changing at the same time, which is kind of cool. Press it again, it goes off, press it one more time. Now, watch this. It's going to do color changing mode. It's going to go through all the colors. This has a lot of colors. I think it's about 8 colors that this does. You're going to see red, you're going to see yellow, you're going to see blue, you're going to see pink, you're going to see a light blue in here, beautiful white, and it'll cycle through all the colors, or I can tell it what color I want. I want it to both to be red. I want both to be green, maybe for Christmas or St. Patrick's Day. Both blue. I want both of them to be yellow. I can do that. I can do the light blue. We can make them white so it's a nice light. I mean, you can see how bright that is too. Or we can go to the color changing. I love that, the color changing tiki torch. Or you can go to the flame effect on these. And this is just such a cool look, I think. Guys, let me know how these sound. Oh, Charlene just sees your cool speakers. I am telling you guys something. These things are so neat. And the price on these, $54.99 for a pair of Bluetooth speakers. Now, I'm gonna bring the lights back up. I'm gonna pause my music. Oh, actually, I could do that from here. Just like that, I just pressed one button. I'm gonna bring my lights back up. Thanks, Lee. Watch this. All right, so my lights are back on. Now, they come in this really nice retail package right here, okay? So this is like suitable for gift giving all day long. Now, the two of them are working together because you are getting a set of 2 of these, okay? It does have the Margaritaville logo on it, as you see right there. Here's what the top of this looks like. Now here's what's neat about the top of this. It controls all the functions from right here. So it's working with my cell phone. I've got volume buttons right there, so I can bring the volume up and down on these, real simple. That's my power button and my pairing button, because you do have to pair them with the Bluetooth on your cell phone or your laptop or your tablet or your iPad or whatever it is. And then this one is a play pause. So if I press that button, the music's going to start again. Press it again, the music stops. And then this button in the center there that looks like, at first I thought it was a gear, but what it is it's like a light. Every time I press that button, it's going to go through the colors, the color changing mode, the individual colors that this has on it. And you can see even with our lights on in the studio, how crazy bright this is. And you go through all the colors. There's the beautiful white that's on there. The white, it's just if you just want white light. And they're both changing as I do this, okay? And you can see, like right now, I just pressed it, now they're in that rainbow pattern. It's kind of cool. It's like a rainbow tiki torch. And then here's the regular tiki torch part of it. Now, here's what you need to know about these too. That's a 3-foot ground stake that's there. These are IPX6 waterproof rating. What does that mean? You can leave these out in the rain if you wanted to, okay? If they get wet, it's okay. Don't dunk them in water, but you can leave them out in the rain if you want to. Now, I'm going to read this from the back of the box because this is a really cool statistic back here. If you use the light only, no music playing like I have right now, and you're just using them as tiki torches, these will last 5.5 hours. If you're only playing music without the lights on, maybe it's during the daytime, you're like, you know what, I don't want the lights on, I'm just going to listen to music. You get 30 hours of music off of these. And these are fully rechargeable off of any USB charger. And then you can have music and lighting. If you do both like I was doing before, music and lighting, you get up to 5 hours of listening pleasure. Think about these in your backyard, taking them on a camping trip. You know, if you're going to an event someplace. And again, you can use it on the tabletop as I have here. I'm going to bring lights down again, Lee. You know, you can use them on a tabletop if you want to. You can use these, you know, at the beach if you want to go out there at night. If you're out at the beach at night, you get that beautiful flame pattern on these. But then again, maybe you're all about the colors. Maybe you want that color changing mode. And notice how they work together. And if I want to hear the music, I hit the play button, and there's the music again. And they're loud. Like, it's loud. I don't know how loud it sounds at home for you folks, but it is loud here in the studio. I think sometimes the microphones cancel out some sound, but they are loud. And look at how bright that is on that tabletop every time that changes. And they both are doing that at the same time. You get that beautiful light pattern off of these, and it's going to go through all the colors you see right there. Let me make sure this is going to go to the next track. And all it's doing is it's playing right off of my phone. There we go. Or I can choose. I could tell it what color I want. I want red, I want green, I want blue, I want yellow, I want pink. You don't get pink on a lot of them. That's hard for them to do. Light blue, we got the beautiful white. Then we've got the color-changing tiki torch. I don't know why I'm so into this one. I think that is so cool. And you're getting both of these for only $54.99. This is like a whole stereo system. 2 Bluetooth speakers for only $54.99. You could go spend way more than this just for a Bluetooth speaker. You're getting 2 Bluetooth speakers, stereo sound coming off of these right now. Right and left channel, stereo sound. Nice full rich sound coming off of these guys too. I absolutely love it. Listen to that. That sounds really good. And you're getting the tiki torch function with all the colors on these as well. LED lights inside of these, that's why, you know, if you're just doing the light on this or just listening to music, you can do 30 hours. Lights alone, 5.5 hours, or lights and music, 5 hours. That's a really, really long time. Let's go back to the flame, because a lot of people out there are going to want that flame pattern. Look at that right there. That's really, and it dances. That's the thing I love about that, is it dances. Now, from a distance, that looks like a flame that's going on in there. That's what's so cool about that, you know? And if you see the one that's on the ground next to me, that one is in a flower pot right now, but it does come with a spike so you can stick it into the ground. So think about this, like in your backyard. You want to put it on your walkway leading up to the house. We've got a neighbor in our neighborhood that's got a bunch of tiki torches, solar ones, that they've got outside there. But you know, obviously they're not speakers. These are Bluetooth speakers. Full control of your phone, meaning that you can do, you know, I can press the button, it's going to stop the music, it's going to pause it, press it again, it's going to start it. And then there's a plus and minus where I can raise the volume, I can lower the volume right from here, or I can turn the power on off, I can pair with another device. That's so the flame looks real. I agree. I think that is so cool. But you know what? I didn't have to buy any kerosene. I didn't have to buy any of that liquid that you buy, that oil, the tiki torch oil. I didn't have to buy any of that. I didn't need to have a lighter. None of that. You know, I don't have to wait for them to cool down. Like when the party's over, I just turn these off and just stow them away. And it's that simple to do. So you can hear right there, the music stopped, and now it's going to move on to the next track. Isn't that cool? And they just keep going. I mean, this is it's a party in a box is what this is when you get this home. And it's from Margaritaville. You know that name, and that means party. Margaritaville means party. So I'm going to tell you, for your camping trips, for your backyard, if you've got an RV, you need a set of these to take and put at your campsite. I'm telling you. Lee, you need some of these for when you guys go to Disney this year for Halloween, because that would be cool. What do you say? Oh, on the porch. Yes. Great idea. And that's the cool thing about these, all right? Now, I have 2 stakes for these. I should mention that as well, okay? Each one of these can be used flat on its bottom, as you see right there, on a tabletop, on steps, on the railing of a deck, or anything like that. Or what you can do is you can use the included 3-foot-tall stake. And you don't have to use all of it here. That's the other thing. I can use sections of that stake. So this thing could be, 1 foot tall, 2 foot tall, 3 foot tall, whatever it is you want to do. The one that you see on the ground right here, that's 3 sections that are all together right there. I could use any one of them as the bottom. I don't have to use all of them. But look at the effect, the flame effect that comes off of this is super, super cool. You can see it on the side of the table over here. I mean, it's just lighting up everything around me. Look at that. And the box is, I don't say that often about a box, but the box is super cool for this too. So I know you might be saying, Lou, it's a little early in the year to be talking about Christmas. Now I'm going to say no. It's not too early to talk about Christmas, because I'm going to tell you right now, the way things are going in the world, it's going to get harder and harder and harder to get certain consumer goods as things are going along here. Okay, I don't want to be, the doomsayer, but I'm just telling you the reality of this. At $54.99, this is an awesome price. I don't care when it is, to get 2 of these with free shipping. This is the size of the box. I mean, think about that for a second. This is not a tiny box. So to get this shipped to you at this price is kind of amazing, okay? And you do get that option of using the tiki torch, the whole pole, or just using it flat like that. Real simple to do. And again, there's all your functions. I just paused the music from right here. I can control the volume. And by the way, the top of this lights up. So even in the dark, I can see the controls. It's not like I'm fumbling around just pressing random buttons on here. I can see exactly what's going on with this, okay? So that's a really cool feature right there. There's my, to play a track or to pause, there's my plus and minus for the volume. And there in the middle, that's the power button. And there in the middle is that button that controls all the features of this in terms of lighting, Now it's off. Now, wow, look at that. There's your blue light. This is actually the color changing mode. And notice how they work together. The 2 of them are doing the same exact thing. And the reason being is that they're paired one to the other. And that was simple to do. The instructions tell you how to do it, but it couldn't be any easier to do. Go through all your colors for the holidays. Whatever your thing is, whatever holiday it is, you've got a different color right there, or whatever your theme is maybe with your house. Oh, you know what I just did? I advanced it a track. If you hit the plus button, a quick press, it's going to advance a track. If I hit the minus button, a quick press, it goes back a track. Okay? If you press and hold, that does the volume up and down. So that's kind of a cool thing. Look at that effect, though. I love that. I absolutely love that. And I love this. I love the fact you can use it 2 different ways. I can set it down flat on a table, on a deck, on a railing, on a porch. Or I can stake it into the ground outside somewhere if I want to on my property. And you get that cool flame effect, but what you're getting from this is stereo music. So if you've got it on 2 opposite sides of your porch, this is amazing. Kelly and I used to have some like this, and we would sit in our backyard, and we would have one. We had 2 lounge chairs, and we'd have one on her side and one on my side, and we were sitting in between them, and you got this amazing stereo experience just by sitting between the 2 of them. And ours weren't this nice, because ours did flame effect and nothing else. That's all it did. With these, I can go through all the colors that I want to. You know what? And one of my favorite ones, I don't know what's going on with me today. I love, where is it? Wait for it. There it is. the rainbow flame effect. That is so super cool. I've never seen one do this before. Leave it to Margaritaville to come up with this. Oh, Charlene said, oh, I could play Christmas music on it and light it up for Christmas. You 100% could do that. Absolutely. Maybe for Christmas, what you want to do is do the flame effect. Maybe you want to go red. Where's the red? There. Maybe you want to go red. Maybe you want to go green. Up to you. St. Patrick's Day, I'm all over this. I'll be playing my Irish music out of this. Oh, yeah. Yep. It's not just the beer that's going to be green. My lights, my tiki torches are going to be green, too. Full features on this, guys. Full of features on this for $54.99. Free shipping and handling on these. The audio quality is amazing. I can start, I can stop, I can do it all. Comes in the retail box. Comes with 2 3-foot stakes that you can put them on or just use them flat on a tabletop. This is an amazing deal, guys, and this is the very first night that we're offering these here at Shop Social TV. Give us a call right now at 888-247-8712, 888-247-8712. If they're not for you, maybe you got somebody in your life that would absolutely love to get something like this. Okay, we're going to move on to our next item. Now, this is not what you think it is. And I know you're looking at this, you're saying, Lou, you guys had this bag on several times before, and I'm going to say, no, we didn't. In fact, this is a different chest bag that we're selling tonight. And when I say chest bag, it's an anti-theft bag that you wear across your chest. It's a really cool design. It's different than the one we had before. It's a different size than the one we offered. It still has 3 pockets on this guy here. It's only $24.99. You get your choice of a black one or that beautiful gray heather that's on there. Free shipping on this, of course, and this is a brand new product. So this is what this guy looks like, and I'm going to show you the side view on this as well, because this thing is just holding a ton of stuff right now. It's got a really nice, thick, wide strap on it right there, fully adjustable to whatever size you are. It has 1, 2, 3 massive pockets on there, and it has a spot right here where if you wanted to, you could poke headphones through. I know a lot of people out there don't have wired headphones anymore, but if you wanted to, you could. Now, I'm going to just say, full disclosure, you're going to have to poke a little hole through the fabric right there, but here's the thing. They put this grommet around it so that it wouldn't widen, it wouldn't open. So that's kind of a neat feature, I think, right there. Me personally, I use wireless headphones, so I'm not going to do that. Let me show you what it looks like when you put it on, okay? So you sling this over your shoulder like this and drag it across your microphone like I just did. And then you just wear it like this on the front or on the side, okay? It's kind of like a crossbody almost, all right? This is unisex. This is for guys. This is for gals. It depends, you know, whatever your flavor of the day is. If you want the gray with that kind of heather look, if you want the black one. It's different than the one we had last time. It's a kind of a different shape to it, and it's a little bit longer. It's more elongated so that you can fit like really long things in here as well. So I'm going to show you everything I've got inside of this because this is kind of cool how much you can put in there. Now, typically, when you wear a bag on your side, before I empty it out, when you wear a bag on your side like this, and by the way, this is only $24.99 with free shipping, all right, this is still considered toward the front of your body. It's safer here than it is on your back. If you wear something on your back, guys, there's a saying that if it's on your back, it's not yours anymore. Because somebody can walk up behind you, especially if you're in a tourist location, big city, commuting, anything like that. They love it. Pickpockets, criminals love it when you wear stuff on your back because it's theirs. They can get to it and they can get into it. They can't do it if it's here, okay? And if you get into a super sketch neighborhood where you're like, you know what, something seems wrong here, you can do this. And just wear this on your chest like that. Real simple to do. All right, but let's look at what's in this guy, okay? I'm gonna start at the biggest pocket, which is on the back here. Now, here's the cool thing. I'm gonna take this off just because, not that I can't get into it, but I wanna be able to show you the inside of this a little bit. Notice how easily I could take that off when I need to. Metal zippers on this guy, okay? This one's, it's kind of got a little bit more panache, I think. So I'm gonna open this zipper up here on the side. Real simple to do, just like that. Now let's see what's inside here. Eyeglass case, check. Got a full-size pen, big one there with a comfort grip, check. All right. We've got a cell phone charger right there. That's not a big one. That's about a 10,000 milliamp hour. It's not that big. ID case right there. We have got, a full-size map. So like if you go someplace, you want to carry a full-size map without folding it, you can do that. And we got a set of car keys, but we're not done yet. Inside of this, I don't know if you could see this. Yeah, you can. So notice it's fully lined all the way around. There's a zipper right here. So you've got another zippered compartment and I got my wallet inside of that. So it's making it even harder for somebody to get in here, all right? Then we go to the next pocket that's right here. I'm gonna open up this guy. Let's see what's inside this one. Gotta have sanitizing wipes if you're walking around in that big city. You gotta have those. You don't know where these people have been. Oh, I think that's the only thing I put in there this time. Where'd my hotel key go, Lee? I forgot where I put it. It might be in here. I can't get into my, oh, no, I can't get into my room. There's my hotel room key right there. And then I've got my earbuds in here. So look at everything that I just took out of this. I mean, there was a ton of stuff inside of this bag. And then let's just put it all back in. Really, really simple. So when you're out there, you're not carrying all this stuff in your pockets. You're not feeling bulky. You're not getting weighed down. You know what I mean? You're out there, you're out and about, you're doing your thing. It's not gonna bother you. Let's put these in here too. There we go. I'm gonna zip up this pocket just like that. And I love it because these are substantial pockets. They're metal pockets. There we go. I had my cell phone in here earlier too, so that would fit. Oh, don't forget the zippered pocket inside. I'm gonna put my wallet back in the zippered pocket, and I'm gonna zip the zippered pocket shut, which makes it even harder for somebody to get in there. Put in my car keys. We'll just drop those in there. And then, of course, I got that full-size pen that's in there. Oh, I forgot my map. Here's what's neat about this one, and this is a little bit different than the one we had last time. If you put this in the right way, and by the way, the other one is still available. If you want to go look at that one and to compare the two, you can still get that. But watch this. I can take this. The map actually fits right up into where the strap goes. Hang on. I did a miserable job of packing that in there. There we go. Okay. Oh, it's sitting on the keys. Well, that explains a bunch. Okay, look at that. So that actually goes right up into this part of it up here, because that's also some place where you can keep like larger. I almost took the tape measure and put that in here too, like I was going to travel. But the tape measure is here for a reason. Watch this. Let me show you the size of this, okay? So top to bottom on this guy, we're talking about 11.5 inches, okay? So you're looking at 11.5 inches going that way. And then side to side at the widest point, you're about 7.5 going side to side on this guy. And it's nice and thick, and that's the difference between this one and the other one we have, is just the shape of it. This one is a little bit thicker. This one goes about 4 inches deep. So you got a nice depth on there. By the way, as long as we're on the shot, notice metal hardware all over the place on this. Metal ring right there. You got a metal ring that's the adjustment strap. This is real easy to adjust. You just slide this up and down. I mean, this gets, look how big the strap is. I mean, this is crazy, crazy big. Or you can just bring that down, make it nice and small. That's right about where I had it. And then when you wear it, just slide it over your head, just like this. Boom. And you're good to go. Now, me personally, that's a little high. No, that's close. It's close. I think I would drop it down just a little bit. So I'm going to go get to this part right here and just slide that a little bit. And notice as I slide that down, it's dropping down on my body. There we go. And now I got that right there. That is super comfy right there for me. Nice wide strap on this as well. Let's check how big that is. About 1.5 inches wide on that strap. See? About 1.5 inches on that strap, okay? So you got a nice, comfortable feel. Right? It's only $24.99. Now, what's it made out of? Denier nylon, okay? Thick gauge of denier nylon. By the way, Beth just said, if you're the mom who carries everything for the husband and the kids when you go on vacation, get them each one of these so you're not going to be the pack mule that's carrying everything around. That is an excellent point, Beth. Thank you for making that. By the way, Beth is in our chat on Facebook because not only are we on TV, we simulcast on Facebook at the same time. So you can get into the chat, you can meet people, you can talk to them there, you can make comments about our products, you can ask me questions, and I'd be more than happy to answer them for you, okay? So we welcome you in here to Shop Social TV. Give us a call right now and take advantage of this deal at only $24.99 for the second bag that we've ever sold here that I just love these because I think these are convenient. Choice of black or the gray that you're seeing right there, black or gray, brand new product tonight here at Shop Social TV. It's the crossbody travel shoulder backpack. You know, and it's way more, in my mind, this is way more convenient than a backpack. Because, you know, if you've ever worn a backpack when you're traveling about, yeah, you're going to carry a ton of stuff. But everybody who's behind you has access to it. You know, with this, they got to get around in front of me, and I can get to anything on here that I need in a moment's notice, you know. Even this one in the front here. And what's neat about this one is the zipper is actually kind of concealed because when it's closed, I can tuck that zipper up in there. You don't even see it. So it's got a very, very clean profile on the front on this here. Charlene just said, I like that the backpack, I like it better than the backpack. Oh, you like this one better than the other one that we sell? It's good for traveling with. Yeah, it is, and it looks like it holds a lot of stuff. It really, I mean, look how thick that is. I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about this. Look how thick that is right there. You could see right there, about 4 inches deep. That's a lot of storage that you can carry on your person. You know, and like I said, for me, most comfortable for me is right here, but I consider this to still be in front of me because I can put my hand on that while I'm walking, and it's nobody getting inside of this when I've got it like that, okay? Real simple to do. Remember what I say all the time. If it's on your back, it's not yours anymore, okay? Because once it's back there, people are going to take advantage of you. They're going to be taking stuff out of there, okay? And you know, the funny thing is that if you ever wore one of these like this, you don't really take it off. Like when you're out and about, I took it off to empty it to show you, what you could fit in it, but you never really take it off because you've got the zippers on this so that no matter where you are, and by the way, these zippers all have a pull on them, so I'm not like, fumbling around trying to reach for a little tiny thing. This has got a nice big fabric pull that is actually built into plastic right here. So actually that's rubberized. And then that opens up all the way. And you can see it's a gaping cavern right there with all the stuff. I mean, look at this. That's a full-size eyeglass case that I've got in here that I'm carrying around with me, okay? Because let's face it, I'm at that point where I can't read anything without glasses, okay? This makes it very easy for me to do. And everything fits in there. Remember, you've got that extra zipper pocket. So technically, this is 4 pockets. You've got that extra zipper pocket on the inside that you can use to put something that you really want to make secure, like your wallet or your keys or, whatever that thing is that you want to keep in there. I love the way this looks. I think this is a great look on here. Very stylish, if I do say so myself. And you do get your choice of colors. If you're somebody that's into black, you want those monochromatic look, you got that. Then you got the gray, which pretty much goes with everything. And again, it's a different style about, than what we're used to. About 11.5 inches down on this guy. It's pretty big. Just give us a call at 888-247-8712. 888-247-8712. You don't have to carry, I don't know if anybody still uses a fanny pack, but, don't do that. Don't be that person, okay? You don't want to be that person, okay? This is way more stylish, dare I say hip. This is the thing, my wife Kelly just reminded me in my ear that she has one. I know you do, honey. But I'm going to get you one of these because I think this is just way cooler. I think this is just a really great look right here. And if you've got somebody in your life that is a commuter, somebody that maybe it's a college student, they're walking around on campus. This is just a great way to be hands-free all the time, And not like with a backpack. Backpacks, after a while, my shoulders start to hurt. I feel like I'm going to fall backwards. And every time I want to get anything out of it, I got to take it off to get in there. With this, I could either go do it this way, the quick draw, get in there like that, or if I really want to look around in there, I just slide it around to the front. And now I've got total access into the top of this. Or if I'm feeling a little insecure about my surroundings, I just put my hands around it like this, and nobody's getting in there. That sends a message, too. That's like, nuh-uh, you're not getting into my bag. That's not going to happen. $24.99. And then think about this, too. Nice big strap on this. The 4 pockets, all zippered. Great look on this. And it has free shipping tonight as well. We take all your credit cards. We give a 30-day money-back guarantee here at Shop Social TV. So it's risk-free shopping. All you got to do is call the toll-free number. You know what that means? It's free. You don't even pay for the phone call. 888-247-8712. 888-247-8712. If you want to get this bag tonight, these are all the rage on social media right now. Now, I know for a lot of people out there, you're like, I don't care about that. I don't even know what that is. I don't care about that. I'm going to tell you, I went out and I priced bags like this, lots of them. The average price I'm seeing is in excess of $35, north of 35, and that's the starting point, okay? $24.99 on this. Now, you know why we're selling it so inexpensively? Because we take very small margins when we sell these, okay? And we also give you free shipping. So we're not even making money off of that. And a lot of those companies out there that sell on TV, they make money off of shipping, believe me, okay? We don't do that here at Shop Social TV. We pass the savings on to you so that you can buy more and enjoy more. And this is a great gift idea. This is a great personal item. It's something that I bet you get this home, you're going to be using this every single day. And remember, if you're kind of on the fence about this, go to our website, shopsstv.com, and take a look at some of the other items we have there, including another crossbody anti-theft bag that we're offering as well. Different style than this one. That one comes in 3 colors. It's blue, black, or gray. It's a slightly different style than this, but it's kind of the same concept. Maybe you like that one more than you like this one, and that's cool too. I just feel like this idea of one of these bags is a good thing for everybody out there, men, women, whoever it might be. You know, especially if you've got a trip coming up, if you're going to be a tourist someplace in a different country, let's say, you know, again, the college campus thing I was saying, or if you got somebody in your life that's a commuter, or maybe you're just going shopping, ladies, and you want to get out there and, you know, you don't want to wear your regular crossbody bag, because let's face it, most of the crossbody bags that they make for women are small. You know, they're smaller in size, you know, unless you're buying like a regular purse or, you know, that kind of thing. This is just great for men. It's great for women. It's got a ton of space. And I like it because it is very deceptive how tall this is. If I open up the top pocket on this, let me just zip this guy closed right here. If I open up the top pocket on this, just like that, I want you to see something. Notice that the map that is in here is going up into the top of this. So you're getting space in there for something really long as well, you know? Let's face it, you're carrying your cell phone, you're carrying a charger. In my case, I've got, you know, I've got earphones in here, you know, earbuds. I've got all kinds of things in here. A water bottle. Can I have that? Let's see if that fits. Hang on a second. Don't go anywhere. Hold on a second. Wait. Okay, thank you, Lee. All right, let's see. I bet you that fits. Watch this. I'm going to open that up. Let me just take something out. Put this guy in here. Just like this. Oh, totally. Yeah, watch this. Just got to get the top of that in underneath there. Boom. Check that out. I don't know why I didn't think about that. So if you're out someplace and it's hot and you're just like, I got to get some water, ba-bam, there's your full size bottle of water that fits in this guy for $24.99. Are you kidding me? With free shipping? Call right now, 888-247-8712. Get in on this one. Now, we're going to move on right now, folks, to our next item. I told you, we got new, and more new on our show today. Don't forget, though, that's still available, standing right next to me, are the Margaritaville tiki torches and Bluetooth speakers, which I am in love with tonight. This is that's my pick of the show, I think. That's my favorite item. I absolutely love these little speakers right here for a lot of reasons, not the least of which is that I just like my music. It's nice, right? Okay. Those are still available, by the way, for $54.99. Color changing, great stereo sound. They come with 3-foot poles for these, or you can use them flat on a table like this, and they're branded by Margaritaville, so they're from Margaritaville. These are super cool. Okay, let's move on. We're going to go on to our next item right now. Oh, okay. We had an item very similar to this. I was going to say a couple weeks ago, but to be honest with you, it was probably a month and a half ago. I mean, it's been a while since, you know, my gosh, it's been a while, okay? This is, oops. I started the music again by accident. Sorry, everybody. Okay, so this is a solar battery charger, okay? It is a solar charger power bank. It is the largest one we have ever sold and probably the largest size I've ever seen. And I'm not just talking about physical size. I'm talking about the fact that this has a 2,700 milliamp hour battery inside of this. So if you're in a situation where you're going to go without power, I don't care if you're on a road trip, you're camping, you're at the beach all day, you've got a blackout, this is going to give you plenty of power to recharge your devices over and over and over again. And because you don't have power, guess what you don't have to worry about? You don't have to worry about recharging this because this is a giant solar panel. So this uses the power of the sun itself to actually recharge this device. Yes, you can recharge this using your house power. If you want to, you can, totally. You just plug this into any USB charger and it's going to charge this. Or it actually has charging cords built into the bottom here. This to me is so cool because, you know, a lot of times you want to charge a device and you're like, man, I forgot to bring my charging cord. Okay, well, what do you got? You got an Android phone? You got a tablet or a laptop? Boom. There's your USB-C charger built in to the device and it stows away flat when you're not using it. Oh, what's that? You've got an Apple product. Well, what do you have? An iPhone? And it uses a lightning cable? Boom. Built-in lightning cable right there. Yeah, hurricane just blew the electric lines down. I hear that. I feel that, Beth. Yep. But look at that. That'll take care of your legacy Apple devices. A lot of them still have that. Then this one here is actually a USB-A charger that's built in so you can recharge this device using that. Okay, that's a power in. But wait a minute. What's that? You want to charge more devices? Okay, well, hang on a second. Here, let me help you out. Look at this. You got 2 more USB-A charging ports, and these are the fast ones right there. And then you've got another USB-C charging port right there, and that one is actually an in to recharge this device as well. And this is all, look at this, it is waterproof. Now, I wouldn't dunk it in water, like submerge it, but I mean, if it's out and it gets rained on, that's not gonna hurt it. This is a rubberized gasket. There's lots of rubber on this all the way around. This whole part on the side here is rubberized so that you're not gonna drop this. Oh wait, and there's one more thing I haven't shown you yet. Built into the front of this, right there, flashlights. If I press and hold the button, you got 2 super bright LED lights on there. They drive the cameras crazy. Let me do this so you can see. Look how bright that is. All right, so 2 LED lights. And then if I tap it, it's going to go into SOS mode. You'd be surprised how many people know what SOS looks like when they see a light tapping it out like this, okay? I used to be a first responder. I was a police officer for 23 years, and I'm telling you right now, I would recognize that in a heartbeat. And I worked on the water, so I would especially recognize that. And then, if you want, boom, it's got a strobe feature as well. And that strobe feature right there is going to be great for warding off animals. It's going to be great for, setting it on your car. Let's say when oncoming traffic, maybe you broke down. That's going to help you with that. And that's built into this as well, and it uses the power from your charger right there. So you can recharge your cell phones, you can do all kinds of things. Now, here's my wife Kelly's Apple phone right here, her iPhone. I'm going to pull out this charger, and I'm going to stick this, because hers uses a lightning charger. I'm going to put that in the bottom there, and look what, oh, look at that cute picture of us. Look at that. Now, the reason that came on is because if you look up there where the battery is, it started charging as soon as I plugged that in there. But wait a minute, I'm not going to let her hog the charger because I want to charge my phone too at the same time. Guess what? I got another cable built in. I'm not fumbling for cables. They're right here built into this. I'm going to plug this into my phone. Look at that, USB-C charger. And just like that, ba-bam, 92%, that means it's charging right now. Now I've got 2 devices charging on this. But wait a minute. I want to charge something else at the same time. Let's see. Can I do this device right here? Yes, I can. All right, watch this. This one has a USB-A charger. So I'm going to open up the door that's on the back of this, and I'm going to stick this in here. I had a 50-50 shot to get it right set up, and I did the opposite. Just like that. Now, that's charging this fan right here, and I know it's charging the fan because the back of it is lighting up. It shows you that it's charging, okay? So this is charging right now, just that quickly. Oh, wait a minute. We need a lantern charge because we're in a storm. I've got one more that I can plug in, just like this, into the front of this here. Come on. There, boom. Look at that. And now that's charging too. So I've got 4 different things all at the same time charging off of this. Now, you can let it sit like this. And again, this is 2,700 milliamp hours. That might mean nothing to you. I'm going to tell you what that means to an electronics geek like me. This is massive. Like, the power in this thing is crazy. Now, as I mentioned, let me unplug all this stuff here. I'm going to close my waterproof gasket on here. My cell phone is still charging. I'm going to unplug my cell phone. I'm going to unplug Kelly's cell phone. I'm going to fold the charging cords that come built in back into the channel that they go into. And these are flush mounted in here. So, like, once you flatten this out and put that in there, that is totally flat to the bottom. You see that? They just disappear underneath there. Now, once I've done that, and by the way, there is LED indicators right here that show you the charging state on this. So this tells me right away how much power is in this guy. I'm going to take this and I'm going to set it outside, and I'm going to let the sun right here charge this entire thing. That's the beauty of this, 2,700 milliamp hours. Now, just so you know, the phone I was just showing you has a 5,000 milliamp hour battery, which is massive. This thing will last days. Like, my phone will go for days and days and days. I could recharge that phone 5 times and then some off of this and still have power. That's the significance of getting something like this. For camping, for disaster preparedness, for emergency preparedness, we're talking about your hurricane kit, your blackout kit, you got to get these. If you're an RVer, you want one of these. If you take long road trips and everybody's fighting to charge their phones, if you got kids on a long road trip and they have their little gaming machines with them and they start going down, oh buddy, you want to get those things charged as fast as possible. They can literally plug it into this, charge it, and play it at the same time because this puts out so much power. And then the things you don't have to worry about, like, oh, I need a flashlight. Buddy, you got one. It's built in right there. Look at that. You've got a flashlight. You want to tap out SOS, let people know, hey, I'm in trouble, send help? You could do that. You want a strobe to let oncoming traffic know, go away, or maybe an animal's attacking you and you're like, get away from me, okay? You can do that. You can see how bright that is. Every time we do that, the camera goes out of focus. The reason for that, guys, is because that's a crazy bright light and it just doesn't know where to focus at that point because it is so crazy bright, okay? Rubberized all the way around on this guy. It's got rubber corner bumpers on this as well, so that if you drop it, it's going to be okay. Nothing's going to happen to it. You can even hook a lanyard to this if you wanted to carry this around. But I'm telling you right now, this is the ultimate in preparedness. This is the ultimate for the commuters out there. How many times have you gotten on a train, taken a ride on a train? I used to have to commute for a little while, and you get on a train and you realize, I forgot to charge my cell phone last night. What am I going to do? Okay. Now, I showed you I had another charger with me. It's smaller than this guy. It won't even charge my cell phone 100% all the way, okay? This one will do my phone 5 times. That's a whole weekend. That's a week for my phone, actually. And during the daytime, if I just let this sit outside, that solar panel is going to charge it, or I just plug it into any USB charger, and that's going to charge it as well. Give us a call at 888-247-8712. Pick up on this guy for $59.99, okay? I'm telling you, this is going to last you for years and years and years. It has all the charging capabilities you need, even the USB-A chargers that are on the front of this underneath that waterproof gasket right there, okay? Those are 3.0 fast chargers, okay? So this is going to kick out a bunch of power to whatever device you're doing, for your smartphones, for your tablets. I think you could even charge a laptop off of this because this has got so much power going into it. I mean, or coming out of it, depending on how you're looking at it. What your perspective is on that. So again, this is just an amazing device. And don't forget, it's got the built-in cords on the back of it. You've got a USB-C cord built in. You've got that USB-A cord right there. And then you've got a lightning cable as well. All these cords built in here. This USB-A one is kind of neat because look how flat that is. And it's just made that way so that when you put this in here, you don't even need to worry about a cord to recharge this, because I could literally take this cord and plug this into any USB charger without having to have a separate cable. That's how neat that is. Show what, Kelly? Oh, okay, yeah, actually, that's a good point. Boy, Kelly comes up with these great ideas. Okay, take a look at this. Here's what this one looks like, all right? Notice how that's slim profile. That's a regular USB-A cable right there. So you could see that this thing, there's no way that's going to fold flat in the body of this, but they came up with this idea right here, because that's all you need is just those charging pins right there. You don't need this whole metal piece that's built around here. You really don't. This is a way cooler, way slimmer feature, and it's fast charging too. So you know that you're going to get a really nice fast charge out of this very, very quickly. I mean, this is just a great device. And again, you can plug in multiple items at the same time. You know, here goes Kelly's cell phone again, plug that in. And again, there's that lightning cable for the Apple devices out there. And then here is that USB-C for, you know, a lot of the Android products that are out there. Plug that into my phone. I got 2 phones now charging at the same time because I've got 27,000, not 2,700, 27,000 milliamp hours of power. That is massive, okay? You saw me charging the light. I charged the fan off of this. You know what? I could charge the tiki torches. Should I charge a tiki torch? Lee's going, yeah, charge the tiki torch. I'm going to show you something neat about these Margaritaville tiki torches. If I press this button and just hold it, it's going to turn off both of them. Hear the sound it played? It's a little sound that just let me know that it's turning itself off, okay? Just press and hold, and that's going to, oh, you know what it is? It's the light. Hold on. Because the light's a separate feature from that. There, okay. But I can just take this cord. Which one is this? USB-C? Let me look. Bingo. All right. So I'm going to take the cord that's charging my phone. So if you were camping and you took your Margaritaville torches and you're like, hey, Lou, how am I going to charge that? Well, you're just going to take this cord right here and you're going to plug it into the top of it just like this. And that's charging. That easy, that quick to do. Or I just pull that right out just like that. It's real simple to do. Put this back in and, you know, take it with you. And this is not so big that it's not going to fit into your bag. Lee, where'd that tape measure go? Is it on the table still over there? Oh, there it is. Because I want to show everybody just the dimensions on this guy right here. It's on the website, but I just want to show you real live and in person. So when you look at this from side to side, whoops, from side to side on this guy, we are talking about 6 3/4 inches from side to side. And then top to bottom on this guy, we're looking at about 3.5. So 6 3/4 that way, 6 1/2, 6 3/4, it's somewhere in between there. And then you've got 3 1/2 going top to bottom. Now, Beth just said, when I become queen of the world, there'll be one size cable for all devices. Thank you, Beth. And I would vote for you to do that, because this is nuts the way we got things going on here right now. All the different size cables that we have out there in the world. This one, but again, this has got 3 sizes built into the back right there. This one's for charging the device, but you've got your USB-C and you've got that lightning charger all built into the back of this. Flush mount, never have to fumble, never have to look for them again. Built-in flashlights on there, plus you got 3 more ports on the back here, just like that. If you do have your cables or extra cables, so you can plug in 4 different devices on this comfortably and charge them without any kind of a problem. Flashlights, rubberized, solar panel, massive solar panel on the top of this guy here. So you're never going to run out of power. As long as there's a sun, you will have power. That's the beauty of this, okay? So we're going to move on now to our next item. And this is one that is a perennial favorite here. How's your eyes? How does the glare treat your eyes these days? Not good? We're going to help you with that. We've got a pair of our Polaroid sunglasses. Now, this is something, I sell these probably every week, once a week at least. And the reason for that is because these are just so darn good. And every time we sell these, more and more people are realizing what an amazing deal these are. These are polarized. They protect your eyes against UVA, UVB protection on these. There are magnets in the arms that secure these so that they're not going to fall off if you put them in a pocket or side of your purse. But here's the big deal. When you wear these, they enhance your vision. And what I mean by that is they're going to make the colors, oh, here we go. They're going to cut glare. They're going to give you improved clarity, better colors, and more contrast. Because why? Because when light hits your eyes at an angle of 57 degrees, it causes this. That is debilitating glare. That's the kind of thing that makes it dangerous to drive. Now, a lot of people's solution is, I'm going to wear regular sunglasses. They're just dark. It makes everything dark. You wear polarized glasses, though, they only filter out the polarized light. They let the other light in so that you will be able to see colors, stop signs, read license plates, read signs, and you won't have that annoying glare. Sometimes it's from the back window on a car. Sometimes it could be from a building, big glass building. Sometimes it's from the snow. Sometimes it's from the water. There's glare all around us. These guys are going to get rid of them. Now, here's the deal on these. You get a choice. You can buy a single pack, which means 1 pair of sunglasses, okay, for $19.95. You get a choice, though. You can either have black frames or you can have a tortoiseshell frame, okay? That's your choice, black or tortoiseshell. Whichever you get, you're going to get a hard case for free, and you're going to get a microfiber cleaning cloth, okay? And that's for $19.95. But if you want to get more and save more, here's what I'm going to tell you to do. Go ahead and buy the 2-pack at $34.95, because if you do the math with me, these should be $40. But they're $34.95. So you're going to save $5 by buying the 2-pack. Here's the cool thing about the 2-pack. You get a choice with the 2-pack. You can have 2 black or 1 of the tortoiseshell and 1 of the black. So 2 black or 1 tortoiseshell and 1 black. And here's the other thing. When you buy these, you're not only going to get the sunglasses, but you're going to get, if you buy the 2-pack, 2 of the hard cases and 2 of the microfiber cleaning cloths. So this is an amazing deal. Now I'm going to take my glasses off and I'm going to put on the tortoiseshell ones right here. Because I think that the tortoiseshell on this is really kind of amazing. Sometimes tortoiseshell is too dark and you can't see the pattern. With this one, it's a little bit lighter and you can actually see the pattern of the tortoiseshell. Now you're going to notice right about here is a little black circle. The little black circle that's right there is a magnet. And there's a reason why they put magnets in here, and that's because both of these arms have a magnet at the same point, and it goes all the way through. So when you fold these, the magnets will grab each other, and it prevents this from falling off your head when you're wearing it, okay? That is an amazing, not falling off your head, but falling off your shirt or your pocket, or you're putting it in the side of a golf bag, or wherever you're putting it. It's going to stop it from falling off of there, okay? So that's the tortoiseshell look. Now, I'm going to show you the black. And by the way, if you haven't met Milton, this is Milton. Milton, say hi to everybody. Everybody, Milton. So we're going to put this on him just like that. So now he's got the tortoiseshell on. Now I've got the cool black frames. Check that out. Are these bad or what? I mean, these are cool looking, right? Now, they are slightly wraparound, but enough so that you still retain your peripheral vision. So that if you're going through an intersection, you're not going to, not see the cars coming. And by the way, Beth just said, and that's a great stocking stuffer. She's absolutely right about these. The holidays are coming, gang. Do not get caught sleeping, okay? Now, if I move my fingers to my peripheral vision, right there, that's the periphery of my vision when I'm looking straight ahead. That's pretty good, actually, for somebody of my advanced years. Look at this, how I can see out the sides like this, okay? But that's important when you're driving. You want to have that. The other thing is it stops the glare from coming in from the sides and hitting you, okay? Now, remember, you buy a 2-pack of these for $34.95, you're going to get either 2 black, or you can get yourself a 1 pair of tortoiseshell and 1 black, both. And you get the hard cases and you get the cleaning cloths as well. Charlene just said good evening to Milton. Milton says hi. You know, he's a friendly guy. My boy Milton down here on the table wearing those sharp looking, look at those. He's wearing those sharp looking tortoiseshells. Now, let me show you the difference one more time between regular sunglasses and polarized. When you wear polarized glasses, see how all the glare goes away? If you just have dark glasses, everything's dark. That's all it's doing. But with polarized glasses, it enhances the color. You get better clarity, more contrast. You can see in the shadows. You can see those colors. Look at that. That's why we call them HD sunglasses, high definition sunglasses, because they really, really, really enhance your vision. If you've ever been out on the water on a boat and you've worn polarized sunglasses, you absolutely know what I'm talking about. Because when you get out there on the water, oh, by the way, you saw that part right there? The things that ultraviolet radiation, the UVA and UVB, that these also protect your eyes from, they're very, very bad. That's radiation. It's bad for your eyes. It's bad for the skin around your eyes. That's what causes wrinkles. Now, these are not a medical device, but they're going to get rid of something that causes problems. Here's the magnet feature I was talking about. Notice the way it's clipping to his sleeve, to the golf bag, to her purse, to the lady's bathing suit. So easy to do, and this is what it's going to prevent. Falling on the ground, breaking them, scratching them, all those different things that happen so often. Now, if you're one of those people out there that says, I buy cheap sunglasses because I lose them, I forget them, I do whatever. Guys, I got news for you. At $19.95 for 1 pair, these are cheap sunglasses, okay? Here's the thing. They're inexpensive. They're not cheap, okay? Because they've got the polarization. Now, I'm going to show you a really cool test with the polarization back here, okay? Now, you can see the TV screen back there, right? I'm going to hold the glasses up, and you can see through the glasses. You can read through the glasses right now when I'm holding them like this. But watch this. If I turn them sideways, where did it go? Everything just disappeared. You know where it went? Polarized light. It's getting blocked right now. The polarized light is getting blocked. Hold it this way. I can see through it. I can read through these, okay, because there's no polarization coming from that angle. But do it this way. Boom, it blocks out the polarized light. Now, that's an important thing to realize, is that polarized glasses don't block out all the light. They block out the polarized light. They block out the light that causes the glare that's damaging to your eyes. Then the other thing that they're blocking, which you can't even see, is the ultraviolet radiation, okay? UVA, UVB, 99% of that, all right? That is huge that they do that. Now, let me show you the magnets, because this is one of my favorite features. If I fold this arm down, now first of all, there's the magnet right there on the side of it. See that little black dot right there? That's the magnet. There's one on both arms. If I fold that down like that, and I gradually push this one down, watch what happens. See the way it snapped just like that? And you could even hear it. The 2 magnets now are gripping together. So if I put this on my sleeve, if I put this in my shirt, if I'm wearing this, you know, on the side of a golf bag or something, it's not going to fall out. For me, the biggest problem I always have is I like to put my sunglasses in my shirt like this. And when I do that and I lean forward in a parking lot, they fall off. I'll show you that one more time. Watch this. I'm going to bring this down gradually, and we're going to get to a certain point. Boom. The 2 magnets attracted each other just like that. And that's going to stay closed until I pull the end of this one off, and it pops, boop, just like that. And now we can just use them the way you want to. But that's the cool thing about these. It does have that neat feature so that if I put it in my shirt and you hear the magnets close, just like that, that's not going to go anywhere. If I bend down, it's not going to fall in the parking lot. It's going to get scratched. So let's talk about that deal one more time. The offer on this is you can buy a single pair of sunglasses. That's 1 pair of sunglasses, okay? They could be in black or they could be in tortoiseshell. That is going to be your choice. If you buy those, you're going to pay $19.95. And you're also going to receive the hard case, and you're going to receive the microfiber cleaning cloth as well, okay? Now, if you want to save some money, get the 2-pack. I know it's going to cost you more, but you're going to pay less. Okay, I'll explain that. Normally, if you bought 2 of those singles, it'd be $40. But if you buy the 2-pack from us, you only pay $34.95. So you're really saving $5 when you buy that, and it's still free shipping. As many pairs as you want to buy, it's going to be free shipping. So just think about that. How many people are on your Christmas list? How many people out there do you have? How many nieces do you have? How many nephews do you have? How many grandkids do you have? This is great for all of them. And for all of them, you're going to receive the hard cases with these. They're all going to get a hard case with this. They're all going to get the cleaning costs with these as well, okay? And when you buy the 2-pack, you can buy 2 black, or you can buy one of the tortoiseshell and one of the black. So you can have a mixed pack as well, which is kind of cool. So there's a couple different ways you can do this. I'm going to put these back on again just because I really like these. And I think these are neat. But look at the difference here with the glare. That's the thing about these. It's blocking out the debilitating glare. That's what that is when you can't see anything, and it hurts your eyes, okay? In a lot of different ways. You don't even realize what that radiation is doing to your eyeballs. If you wear dark glasses, everything's dark. You lose everything, okay? But when you put on polarized glasses, guys, it's like a magic trick. It really is, because it enhances the vision. It increases the clarity. It gives you better colors, more contrast, and it kills the glare. And that's the big thing, all right, is that you're going to be able to see, there it is, the 4 C's, clarity, glare, color, contrast. It does all of that, okay? That right there, that's Brewster's angle. 57 degrees of light hitting your eyes. That's going to cause that glare. He can't see a darn thing. He wore dark sunglasses. Big mistake. He's driving down that road. He's practically blind because he can't see anything. Even though the glare's not bothering him, he can't see anything. But when you put on the polarized glasses, look at the difference. How good everything looks. And I'll tell you something, too. If you know anybody in your life that's a fisherman, you know, an outdoors person, who likes to spend a lot of time outside, or just somebody that's got to drive their car and commute, okay? You got to get them a pair of these. It makes it safer, and if they're a person that goes on the water, the glare is what really makes it hard when you're out on the water on a bright sunny day, okay? Polarized sunglasses, not only does it cut the glare so you can see the other boats, you can see the channel markers, you can see all that stuff, and look how cool these look. It's also going to help you see into the water. Because when you wear polarized glasses, you can see the fish. You can see the bottom. It's so cool. Kathy said, fantastic show, Lou and Kelly. She said she'll be back on Thursday night, guys. We've got 5 minutes left in this show, but we will be back on Thursday night from 8 to 10 p.m. again with another show. But this right here, these guys, we ended the show on these just because I think this is just a screaming deal. This is just a crazy, crazy deal. 1 pair of sunglasses for $19.95 with polarization, with UVA protection, with UVB protection, with the magnets built in here, with a hard case, and with the cleaning cloth. Or do the 2-pack, $34.95, save $5 on the 2-pack. You get your choice of 2 black or 1 black and 1 tortoiseshell. They're all going to come with the hard cases. So for each pair of glasses, you get a hard case for each pair of glasses, you get a cleaning cloth. Okay? People always ask me, what's the big deal about the microfiber cleaning cloth? I use my t-shirt. Whoa, slow your roll there. Okay? A t-shirt, cotton, will scratch the glasses, any glasses. What you want is a microfiber cleaning cloth that will not scratch it, and it's woven in a very specific way to clean glasses, okay? There's lots of different types of microfiber out there, and they're woven differently. You want the ones that are made for glasses, and these are. But just, I mean, look at these, though. These are just good-looking glasses. I mean, at the base of it, and look what it does right there. It helps protect from cataracts, macular degeneration, and again, they're not a medical device, but what they do is they block the UVA, UVB, as you see right there. That's a big deal. A lot of times you'll buy a pair of sunglasses and they'll say, oh, these are polarized. These are polarized glasses and they're inexpensive. And you're like, oh, this is such a good deal. But are they blocking the radiation, the UVA, UVB? And then, just for giggles, we throw in the magnets on these so that you don't lose them, so they don't fall off. They don't fall on the ground and somebody steps on them, okay? All that, you're getting all of this. And I'm going to tell you something right now. You give these to somebody as a gift. The beautiful thing about these is that size does not matter. And what I mean by that is I have a massive head, okay? I have a 5 7/8 inch head, meaning I wear a 5 7/8 inch hat. It's the biggest hat size that you can get, unless you get a custom, okay? My wife, Kelly, much tinier head. She can wear these and be comfortable. I can wear these and be comfortable. The actual temples on these, the actual arms, flex a little bit. So when I put these on, they're not pinching the side of my head and giving me a headache. They're not making me feel like, oh my God, my head's going to explode. No, these are super, super comfortable, one size fits all kind of glasses. I think they're just cool looking. Like, I would be proud to wear these anywhere. And in fact, I carry a pair of these now in my truck and wear them when I'm driving because I love the polarization on these. I've had sunglasses before that I paid a ton of money for, all right? And they had polarization, but it wasn't as good as this. And I can't explain that. I don't know why that is. And you're paying for the name brand most of the time too when you buy something like that. With these, $19.95 for a single pair, your choice of black or tortoiseshell with the hard case with the microfiber, or go for the $35.95 two-pack. You get a choice of either 2 black or 1 black and 1 tortoiseshell. All of them coming with the hard case, all of them coming with that microfiber cleaning cloth. They all have the polarization, they all have the UVA protection, the UVB protection, all that ultraviolet light, all that radiation. It's going to protect your eyes from all of that, plus the magnets in the temples, and you have got it all right? Everybody's saying goodnight to us, guys, and the reason being we only got about 1:45 seconds left here for our broadcast tonight. Thank you all for sticking with us. And we're sorry about that little power outage we had earlier here. I don't know if it was a lightning strike or what happened, but, you know, we lost power for a little while, but we're back. Okay, and we will be back again coming Thursday night from 8 to 10 p.m. Guys, I asked the question at the end of the show last week. We're thinking about changing to 7 p.m. start time. So let me know what you think about that. 7 to 9 instead of 8 to 10. Just let me know. Oh, Jean's in the chat now. Great show, Lou. Thank you, Jean. I really appreciate that as well. Charlene, good night to you. Good night to Laura. Good night to everybody out there that's been watching our show tonight. Beth, you too. And we will be back again, as I said, on Thursday night at 8 p.m. But let me know what you think about us starting earlier in the future at 7 p.m. because that's a possibility as well. All right, folks, be safe. See you in a couple days.